There are moments in life when a person is not just tired, but empty. When you look at your own reflection and you dare to recognize the eyes staring back at you. Not because they changed, but because you did. Slowly, silently, and painfully. This story is about a man who lost his life long before he died. A man standing on the edge, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, until a stranger returned a life he thought was gone forever. But before I tell you his story, let me be honest with you. I think every one of us has periods when life feels like it slipped out of our hands. When we look around and think, how did I end up here? When did my dreams disappear? Why am I even living like this? You might not say it out loud, but you feel it deep inside, okay? And you keep going, pretending you're fine, because that's what adults do, right? You keep showing up to work, keep smiling, keep surviving, but survival is not living. Survival is just a slow way of dying. The man in our story lived exactly like that. He woke up every morning with heaviness on his chest. He walked through his days like a ghost. He had a job, but no purpose, friends, but no connection, dreams, but no energy. He was exhausted by his own existence. And the worst part, he didn't even try to change anything anymore, because when you're broken for too long, you start believing this is who you are. One rainy evening, when life felt especially unbearable, he went out for a walk. Not because he wanted fresh air, but because he couldn't stay inside his own mind anymore. The rain was cold, the streets were empty, and the city lights blurred behind the falling drops. He sat down on a bench, ready to give up on everything he once hoped for, and that's when a stranger approached him. The stranger looked simple, ordinary, the kind of person you would never remember if you passed him on the street. But he had something in his eyes, a calmness, a clarity, a presence. It's the type of presence you feel before the person even speaks. "What are you doing in the rain?" the stranger asked. The man shrugged. "Trying to disappear, I guess." The stranger sat next to him as if they were old friends. "You know," he said softly, "people don't disappear in the rain. They only soften enough to see their truth." The man didn't respond, because deep down, those words hit him harder than he expected. Then the stranger asked him a question that changed everything. "When did you lose your life?" Not "why are you sad?" Not "what happened?" Not "are you okay?" Not that. And the man, for the first time in years, told the truth. "I don't even remember," he said. "It didn't happen in one moment. It happened slowly. I stopped fighting. I stopped dreaming. I stopped caring. I think I just lost myself." The stranger nodded, as if he heard the same story 1,000 times from 1,000 different people. "Your life isn't gone," he said. "Just walked away from it." That sentence shocked the man, because it meant his life was not taken from him. He abandoned it, and maybe you've done the same. Maybe we all have, at some point. Not dramatically, not intentionally, but quietly, by saying tomorrow instead of today, by settling when we knew we deserved more, by choosing comfort over growth, by letting fear make our decisions for us. The stranger reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, folded piece of paper. "I found this earlier," he said. "Feels like it belongs to you." The man opened it. And inside, in a shaky handwriting, his handwriting were words he wrote years ago but forgot all about. "I want to build a life I am proud to live. A dream so old he thought it died. A promise he once made to himself. A life he hoped to create before everything fell apart." He looked up. "Where did you find this?" he asked. The stranger smiled. "I didn't find it. You did. I'm just giving it back to you." And then, just as quietly as he arrived, the stranger stood up and walked away. The man tried to call after him, but something in his heart stopped him, because he realized something important. This stranger wasn't meant to stay. He was meant to reminder that your life is not lost. Your passion is not lost. Your dreams are not lost. You just stopped looking for them. And, in a strange way, I think we all need a stranger like that, at least once. Someone who appears at the exact moment life feels too heavy and hands you back the piece of yourself you forgot existed. Okay, but here's something I realized. Most of the time, that stranger is you. You are the one who has to return to your own life. No one can do it for you. People can inspire you, guide you, awaken you, but the choice to come back to yourself is always yours. And here's the truth. I learned the hard way. Life doesn't change when you fix everything. Life changes when you fix your direction, when you take one honest step toward the person you want to be. In my own life, I had moments when I felt like the man on that bench. Times when I worked like a machine, slept like a stone, and lived like a ghost. Once, an old friend told me something similar to what the stranger said. You're not lost. You're just ignoring the part of you that wants to live. That hit me, cause it was true. So here are a few things I learned that helped me return to my life. 1. You don't rebuild your life in one day. Okay. You rebuild it in small promises to yourself. 2. When you feel lost, stop looking for answers outside. Most of them are already inside you. 3. Don't wait for motivation. Act first. Motivation will follow. 4. If something in your life feels wrong, don't numb it. Fix it, replace it, or walk away from it. 5. And most importantly, your future self is waiting for you. Don't make them wait forever. The man in the story went home that night, not miraculously healed, not suddenly transformed, but with a spark. A spark is enough. A spark can start a fire. He took out old notebooks, old dreams, old plans. He cleaned his room. He made a list of things he wanted to change. He didn't do everything perfectly. He didn't feel confident every day, but he moved. He showed up for himself and slowly returned to his own life. Maybe today, hearing this, a spark lights up in you too. Maybe you feel something waking up, a thought, a memory, a possibility. Maybe today is the day you stop surviving and start living again, because your life, the one you truly want, is not gone. It's waiting for you to come back.